Okay, I'm back. And so I used to like when she used to get arrested because I knew I would go to my aunt. My aunt owned the house in Queens Village. What it was my aunt's parents' house, which was my mother and her stepfather. So anyway, I used to love going there because they had a yard, you know what I mean? And and my aunt, she was just mad cool and just mad aggressive and whatever. So I used to love go there. My uncles used to be there. My cousin used to be there. So she used to get arrested. She used to get arrested also because she used to go into A&S, Macy's, steal. She used to be stealing stuff, and then she'll get caught boosting, and then they would, we'd be in a precinct, and then my aunt would have to come get me. And at the time, I didn't really know what was going on, but my aunt had so much pressure on her because she was the woman, she was like the foundation of the family, like holding the family together. Like any problems that went on, like my younger uncle, if he had issues going on, or my other uncles, she was the one that everybody called. And she was young. And at that time, I didn't even look at it like, damn, her oldest sister is going AWire, stealing, her kids is getting taken away, kids getting brought there, her uncle, her brother is on drugs, her other younger brother, just in the street. Like, it was just a wild family that my Aunt Maxine had to deal with, and she had her own emotional issues that she was going through. But I didn't know all this when I was a young woman. I'm a young girl. I wasn't even a woman yet. I was a little girl. So where we going? So that used to happen a lot. My mother getting arrested and we getting taken away. Had to get the cops. The cops had to find somewhere for us to go. So it became too much. And the city realized that, hey, this woman is not capable of taking care of her children. So they placed us temporarily with my aunt. Now, so let me rewind a little bit. My dad, he didn't know what was going on. My father was from Harlem, and he also was a drug user. But he loved us. He used to come, and anytime he came to my house, they always fought because my mother wasn't keeping up with us really, you know what I mean? So he was very particular about what we was wearing, how we would dress. He would come and get us, and sometimes when my mother couldn't handle us, she used to go and drop us off with bags in Harlem at my grandmother's house in the Polo Grounds, right? So he used to come and get us all the time, Okay, one time she packed our shit and just garbage bags and brought me and my brother down to the projects. And my grandmother Banker and my grandfather was there. My dad was there. My uncle Lenny was there, and we stayed in that household. And I remember hearing my grandmother used to talking to my father like, these kids can't stay here, But she was always sweet to us. She used to bake her pound cake and give to us. She used to, my aunt Edna used to come and get us and bring us over to her house. And I always wanted to stay at my aunt Edna's house because she had a daughter, which is my cousin Dion. She had a daughter, and her room was like a Disneyland. I swear to God, y'all. It was pink. She had doll babies everywhere, and she was like the only child. So she was really spoiled because they was their only child. So when my dad was out in the street doing crap, whatever he was doing, his sister used to come get us from the house and bring us over to her house to play with her daughter Dion. And so I used to love that, you know what I mean? And then we used to come back, and then my father used to bring us back to the house, and then my mother accepted us back in the house. But anytime my mom was mad at my dad, she would pack our shit up and bring us to Harlem. And I used to love that. I used to be like, oh, we're going to Harlem, we're going to see my grandmother, get cake, get candy, go see my cousin, hang out in their house and stuff like that. So to bring it all back, the state started to realize that my mother wasn't capable of taking care of us. So they took us away. They put us in a temporary home, which was my aunt's house. I don't know why it got so dark. So yeah, they took me away, and they temporarily put us in my aunt's house, until my mother can show that she was able to take care of us. as we was in this house, I loved it, but then it became abusive as well. It became abusive as well because she wasn't able to take care of us the way she wanted to or knew how to. Because when I look back at it, she was young too. You know what I mean? But it still doesn't give the excuse of the abuse that I received in that house. Okay? And when I mean abuse, I mean, me and my brother, we wasn't clean. We were dirty all the time. She used to withhold food against us. She said, when you go in her house, she had a refrigerator. You know the refrigerators that open up like this? They still have them, but they used to be long. Freezer and then the refrigerator. She used to have a chain on it, so we wouldn't go inside. So it used to have a chain on the refrigerator door, and the only person that had the key was her son. And I think she used to lock the door because my uncles, they were grown-ass men. It was like 2 of them living in the house, and they was grown-ass men, and one of them was really heavy on drugs, which I didn't even know my uncle was heavy on drugs. Like, I learned that later. I'll get into that later. So she used to lock the refrigerator door with a chain, and we used to be hungry. And we had to go to school out there, right over there on Springfield Boulevard. And we would walk home from school, and it used to be snow and cold outside, and we couldn't get in the house because her son, Vaughn, which has a little bit of mental issues or whatever, used to keep us locked outside and didn't let us in for like hours. And it was sometimes that we didn't even go home because we didn't want to go home because we just didn't want to. It was just not a nice house to be in. But I used to love when she used to come home from work, because when she come home from work, she used to be cussing out my uncles and her son, like, why did I know? Da, 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 and feed us big foods and stuff like that, like feed us, because she knew that she had the refrigerator locked all the time. And so there was many times that me and my brother used to be outside, cold, freezing, until she came home. I used to have a friend who lived right next door. Her name was Tanya. Hi, Tanya. We still friends on Facebook. She was my very first best friend. I think she was like 5. And I gotta stop because I'm actually at work and I can't go back to work looking like this. So I'm gonna continue this tomorrow. Okay?